Good morning, Brownsville. Good afternoon. Good evening, depending on when you're watching this feed. If this is your first time here, welcome. My name is Frankie Olivo. Our program focuses on the very important issues that are affecting our local community. We have shed light on injustices, and we've allowed for our platform, this mic, to be that of the voice of the people. Now, if this is something that you can see yourself supporting, we ask that you like, comment, and share this live feed. Now, as of late, our Facebook page is at risk of being taken down. The powers that be do not want you, the voter, the constituent, to know the truth. But remember, we will not be silenced. Now, if you're really about the cause and you want to stand up to corruption and you want to hold our elected leaders and those in leadership positions accountable, we ask that you subscribe to our social media platforms. Currently, right now, this program is being streamed live on X, formerly known as Twitter, and on Facebook. You can find us under Frankie Olivo. Also, our personal page on Facebook you can find us under Olivo Frankie. More importantly, we ask that you, if you haven't already, create a Gmail account, go to YouTube and subscribe, like, and follow our channel, Frankie Olivo TV. Remember, I will never, ever ask you for money. I will never, ever ask you for food. Well, depends what you're making. All I ask of my community is to be down for the cause. How do we do that? Subscribe to all of our social media platforms. More importantly, go and subscribe to Frankie Olivo TV on YouTube. Good morning, Brownsville. We'll come on Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. religiously, sometimes a little bit after. So, again, please be sure to subscribe and follow. And always remember, Brownsville, we are forever grateful to each and every one of you for the time and attention that you provide us. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. How we doing, Chet? How we doing? Happy Friday, the day we've been waiting for. Good morning from Las Vegas. Viva Las Vegas. Montelongo, I think it's in all of us, right? Or I love to gamble. I love going to Louisiana, Cachada. I love going to Kickapoo. I love going to Happy Friday, my man. Happy Friday. Hope you have a busy day. Happy Friday. Good morning, Rosas. Good morning. What is it? Is it Kickapoo or Cachada? As soon as you cross the Louisiana border, I think it's Kickapoo or Cachada. I've been to a casino in Oklahoma when I went to go see the Cowboys. I've been to Vegas, obviously, but I hope you win big, Montelongo. And I've heard that Vegas isn't as busy as it was. Maybe that's a good thing. So make sure you wishing you nothing but positive vibes. We're sending your way, Montelongo, and hope you win big in Vegas. Good morning, Roman. Manny wants to know what's the word.
Well, I don't know. Is Montelongo playing the blackjack tables in Vegas? Because I hear they're doing 6-5 as opposed to the traditional 3-2, and other places are doing 3-2. And I'm just like, dude, what is Vegas doing? Like I've heard that gamblers prefer going to New Orleans now as opposed to going to Vegas because Vegas just doesn't pay out. They just want to take your money and go.
Roman, do you think that Texas would benefit from the legalization of gambling?
No. I don't. I think that Well, it depends on what type of gambling you're
Is it
talking
because
about.
is it because of your beliefs that you just don't believe in gambling?
No, I think it's because when you have like casinos and things like that, I think the evidence is clear. At least that's what I've heard from my side is that you have an increased rate of crime. People become more desperate, things like that. And we don't need that in our community. Now, if it was sports betting, online sports betting, yeah, maybe that might be okay. I don't think that'll be a problem necessarily, but casino gambling in particular, no. I mean, we barely can we're barely making any money off of the gambling for not Lone Star the lottery Lone Star. I don't know what I'm thinking Lone Star. The lottery. I mean, happy Friday. I'm wearing
Uh,
what
s-
shirt are you wearing, bro?
uh, Messi
Messi. Okay.
when he was with PSG.
Okay. You know what's really weird is I like the fact that your check mark for the Nike comes out like it's supposed to, but whenever I wear a Nike shirt, it comes the opposite way, even though I'm doing the same thing. So
Go to your camera settings and you have the mirror. That's what you do.
okay, I may have to do that. Maybe next time I get on. Like, do you go on your settings on your
Look, look,
actual?
look, look, look. I'm doing it right now. Look,
Show me.
you see it?
No,
You don't see me?
I see you, but
Well,
I
look,
don't.
look at the Nike check.
I'm looking at the Nike check. It looks perfect.
Okay, what about now?
No, it looks great. It's the same thing. You haven't moved at all.
Oh, well, look.
It's okay, dude.
Yeah, I don't want to miss my settings, but
Don't
I'm
mess
doing it
with your
behind.
settings. Don't mess with your
Go
settings.
to camera, and you should see it there, right under the camera option. It says
Like
mirror my
camera
camera.
on with is camera with the StreamYard or camera from your
Yeah,
actual
StreamYard,
preference? StreamYard, really? Oh,
StreamYard.
let's see.
Yeah.
So I can go into camera for the StreamYard thing.
Contreras says people always cross the Matamoros to the casino. They're
No, all
locals.
that.
Yeah, yeah, yes. You're right, Contreras. There is Casino Internacional. It's like a 5 minute walk from the bridge. A lot of people from SpaceX go. That's what I've been surprised. That's a place where my uncle used to frequent a lot, and I've gone there myself. It's fun. The odds obviously aren't always in your favor.
Uh,
The yeah, the change of the peso. You have to have the peso very weak in order for it to be convenient. Just little things like that. But yeah, there is options. Because Salinas was saying that they just busted a maquinitas across from my office. I think around last week or this week. So yeah, gambling. I think I personally think, Roman, that it would benefit the state of Texas. A lot of people travel to Louisiana just because of that. There's no telling of the people that would go to Vegas, but I know, are we willing to give up the safety and security, I guess, of our neighborhoods as opposed to raking in big bucks? I don't know. I don't think Louisiana suffers. I guess New Orleans, but there's always going to be poverty. There's always going to be crime. There's always going to be, I don't know, just my take, Roman.
no, I mean, hey, it is what it is. It's not going to happen under this administration. By this administration, I mean Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick. That gambling is not going to happen in the state of Texas until he's no longer the lieutenant governor, and then maybe there'll be a rehash. And look, I mean, you have the Sands people that own a lot of, I guess, own a lot of casinos that are investing a lot of money and donating a lot of campaign dollars to politicians, specifically Republicans, trying to get them to vote in favor of it. So it is what it is, buddy. Um, anyway, I mean, I'm glad I didn't gamble on the Ryder Cup, bro. I don't know how much you're into golf, but if you're watching the Ryder Cup right now, I've been watching it since 6 o'clock this morning, and it's freaking painful to watch this American team getting its butt beat right now. Do you watch the Ryder Cup? Do you watch golf at all, or is that too boring for you, Frankie?
You know,
Uh,
I tend to watch a little bit of everything with the exception of hockey. Hockey, I'll watch in the playoffs. Like, to me,
No.
I love baseball. I don't mind watching a baseball game of 3-4 hours. Football, UFC, boxing. I watch everything with the exception of hockey, lacrosse. So golf, yeah, mainly, let me admit, I only really pay attention to like the major, the Masters, the U.S. Open. But I do like golf. I want to like make it a habit, Roman. Maybe we can go and just hang out. I want to go to the range just to.
Yeah,
'Cause
I have a couple of friends that have been wanting me to go out to the range over there by Rancho Viejo. Maybe we go out there one day and just go hit some balls. But
Yeah, for sure.
but the Ryder Cup only happens once every 2 years. It's team golf essentially. It's an exciting time. The supposed the players are not playing for money. They're wearing their national, I guess national, considering it's Europe, whatever that is, not a country, it's a continent, and it's insane. This is painful. And you have the morning foursomes. You have a captain who picks the teams, brings two people together that maybe not necessarily know each other or whatever, or play together, and they go out there and play, and they're playing foursomes, and the Europeans are up three holes. It's match play. So if you win a hole, you win a hole. If you tie a hole, it's tied. If you lose a hole, meaning that the other person would, like, let's say somebody got to the hole in 3 shots and you got to in 4. Guess what? You freaking lost the hole. For those of you who don't follow golf, and Rahm and Hatton are the first ones. They're up 3. The next pairing is up 4. The next pairing up 5. That means they've won 5 more freaking holes than the other team. And then you got one lowly little American up 3. I mean, it's insane. We're lucky we're winning 1 of the 4 that are out there. It sucks.
And Roman, who has the better golf course? Is it the one by Military? Obviously Rancho. Do they still have the
I don't think
Angel?
all that in a bag
No?
of chips. For the price, for the ambience, for everything, I'd rather just go to Riverbend. Honestly,
Riverbend?
yeah, I'd rather just go there. I mean, for
Hey,
the price,
Westaco has a. Don't they have like a legit one in Westaco?
yeah, something's legit. Yeah, something's great.
Is it there? Though. Is it there in McAllen where they actually have like
Top Golf?
Like no, they have like the PGA, like maybe not the like D guys, but like an affiliation. Do they play there or no? Or that's just mainly high school tournaments or state tournaments?
In McAllen or in Westaco?
I was thinking that it was in Westaco that they had like the like the semi-pro PGA or like the young maybe it's for the women. I'm not sure. I could have sworn
there's a lot of junior. There's a lot of every course has. Well, many of them have like a PGA tour, not a PGA tour, but a PGA professional, and they have these little groups and stuff. Like pretty much all of them do. Not all of them, but many of them do. But I like Tierra Santa. I played it many times. Being from Westaco, I played it many times. I love it. I love Treasure Hills. Treasure Hills is a good course. I prefer the front 9 of Treasure Hills. I hate the back 9 because the back 9 I think it's kind of
Is that Harlingen?
Harlingen, yeah.
Hey, didn't they have issues with and I guess that's a topic for well, it actually coincides because here there was a comment made by Turi that the Brownsville, I'm assuming the golf course here in Country Club or VICC, one of those, whichever is run by the city, that they haven't been attentive. They're not answering phone calls. That's the reason why people possibly go to Rancho, go to Treasure Hills, go somewhere else. I was thinking that because the city of Mission in Cimarron Country Club, their golf course is shot, and I think that they overspent and they had, because golf courses are a money pit usually, unless you have a high rate. Maybe Rancho Viejo is able to to come out to wash, but does that affect the city, Roman? You think the city is losing? Because I never hear people say, "Oh, let's go to Country Club to play golf." Let's go to Military.
Well, I don't think they want to go to the Country Club or it's actually the Brownsville Golf Center, but people call it the Brownsville Country Club because, well, that's the area it's in. I don't think people like going because the greens aren't necessarily upkept. They're kind of thick. They're kind of slow. And then you also have no driving range. I mean, how can you have a golf course without a driving range so you can go in there and practice? You're basically telling somebody, go in there cold and hit. Now, granted, I'm not saying we have professionals or anything like that, but I mean, if you're a kid and you're a kid that goes to one of these schools that plays there, you're at a disadvantage versus somebody who practices, let's say, regularly at the River Bend, because River Bend has a driving range, they have a putting green, and they have the golf course. So those schools that go to the Brownsville Country Club are at a disadvantage because they don't have a driving range at all. And so you need to practice how to hit your drive and your swing and things like that. I mean, we all get it. Our short game is very, very important. It's probably more important than your drive, but you still got to practice how to hit those things so that you're not in trouble. so you can get those good short game and you get a good score.
I'm not a golfer. I grew up playing baseball. The
Mm.
only golf tournament 18 holes that I ever did was when Erasmo Castro was a school board member back in 2016, 17. The school district, they had its annual fundraising golfing tournament, and I took part in it. I invited my cousin, who's an avid, very good golfer. I realized that my short game is good. My long game, I need work. I always shank it. And I guess there's techniques in order to strain it out, so to speak. But my cousin said, Dario, my cousin Dario, shouts out to Dario. Last time I heard he's in LA. He said that it's difficult to develop a short game, that's more harder than driving. He's like, anybody could drive. That's easy. It's just muscle. It's just, muscle and technique. Like as long as you hit the ball right. Is that true, Roman?
Yeah,
Is
it
there
is.
a
Mm-hmm. Yeah, short games all. I mean, to be able to read a putt, the avoiding the three putts is important. Like you got to, if you get on that green, you better hit at least in two, if not one. You shouldn't be, and because you're losing strokes that way. So yeah, that's important. I mean, especially if you get into trouble in the sand. But many times, at least with me, I don't find myself in the sand because since I don't have a good drive at all. I mean, I can hit it 200 yards. I can hit it straight though. I don't hook. I don't slice. I hit it straight. It's really weird, but I've always been able to do it from the first time I hit a golf ball. So I hardly ever get into the sand because of that. Because by the time I get close to the green, I can pretty much just hit a easy wedge and I'm there. But yeah, if you can do a good job in your short game, that's all that matters, man. I mean,
yeah?
if you're barely starting out and you're at a par five and you're hitting it under 7 strokes, you're doing good. And when you're first starting out.
Yeah, I do want to pick up on it. I remember I went one time to go get a set, and they're pretty costly. It's an arm and a leg, but somebody said go to pawn shops, go pick up a few clubs, just get one for the driver and a few other clubs, and try and pick it up, see if you like it. If not, hey, it was worth a try. So I think I'm going to do that. Because I do want to play golf. I heard it's more of a mind game more than anything, but it's a way to, I guess, get some rays and have fun out there. Roman, not sure if you are aware, but if you came across this, Sam Stadium. I wanted to talk to you about Sam Stadium in regards to the recent renovations that took place. This is a leaked photo of the new turf at Sam Stadium. What are your initial thoughts, Roman?
Yeah, it looks great. It looks really good. I hope the kids have fun with it, and I think it's going to be fantastic having that, not having to worry about the track being in the way, and distracting. I mean, the stands you haven't done anything about the stands, but the field's going to look really immaculate. I'm hoping they're going to have fun and be great. I like it. Really cool.
Do you remember, like, ESPN, they do show what is it? I know for sure they show college track and field. Maybe not so much high school. Maybe those that break records. But I don't recall seeing, correct me if I'm wrong, chat. I don't recall seeing a grass track, or is that just for football? We'll change it out. Is that what I'm seeing, Roman? That turf is throughout the field, or is this field not designed for track?
I thought the point was they didn't want a track in order to have college ball. I thought that was why they had what they wanted to do it that way. Because if you remember maybe back in the day, like DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium at UT, there was a track around the football field, and then they removed it, and they were able to do that. Now they don't do track there; they do track at a neighboring stadium across the street. So yeah, so that's why they did this. In order to have the Vaqueros play, they could not have a track.
And
might have been for safety reasons, not sure.
Possibly, but where are the the junior highs and high schools, where are they going to run track? Where are they going to
Not
have
there.
veterans?
I would assume veterans, or maybe at a high school track, or that's what I would assume they're going to have to be playing from now on, because they can't. I mean, I'm going to assume it's for safety reasons, because if you remember correctly, how back when we had the track, how far away, um, like if somebody were hit by the foul, on the foul line, on the well, yeah, it's foul line, right? I can't even
Yeah,
think right now.
out of bounds.
Out of bounds. There you go. Yeah, out of
The
bounds.
sidelines.
The
Yeah.
sideline. There you go. Damn, God, Lee, what's wrong with me? I think it's because I'm thinking about foul, like foul, freaking. It's weird. Have you ever gone from one sport to another? Like sometimes I'm watching soccer and I'm watching like a hockey game, and I'm like, hey, why is this going slow? And I'm flipping back and forth. That throws me off
you
completely. I'm
you
thrown
you
off
call
again.
the soccer ball a puck or what?
Yeah, or I'm watching it and I'm just like, hey man, why is this soccer game so dang slow? And it's because with hockey, you're slicing and dicing and stuff, and
That's why I can't get into hockey. Like I know I have ADHD, but it's like
yeah, like
I
that.
don't know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
it's like whoa,
Yeah.
it's too much for my brain. I'm like, oh, I need to chill. I need to
Yeah.
chill.
No, but I mean, you don't want somebody running off and then hitting and going from the field to the track with those cleats that you're using, or getting hurt, falling over. So I guess this is why they do it. I'm going to assume that's what it is, all about safety. And I mean, they have something that says coach on the side. I'm surprised it has coach. Maybe the out of bounds line, the white line, is a little bit thicker, maybe because of college ball, they give more room and for safety for the referees, to be able to do their stuff. Because like when the referee needs to have a place to be able to run, you're not supposed to be in the white. The players sometimes get in trouble and they hit a referee, you can get a 15-yard personal foul penalty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the field, the school board did vote to name the stadium, Coach Joe after Coach Joe Rod, a who had a historic, a great career, took Brownsville football to prominence, and he served his community as a board member. Um, it's going to be interesting, Roman. I am excited for this new field. So this means that possibly, potentially, we're going to have playoff championships in part of the UIL. That maybe, hopefully, Coach Joe Rod Stadium will be in those discussions.
Yeah, the field is named after Coach Rod. The stadium is still Stamp Stadium.
Ah,
It's no different than like over at DKR. The stadium is DKR, Texas Memorial Stadium, and the field used to be Joe Jamal Field, but then they renamed it after Earl Campbell and Ricky Williams. But yeah, hopefully we'll have some playoff games, great playoff games. Maybe they can host some stuff now, because I feel it looks really, really cool. It really does. Oh, they voted 6-1 yesterday to accept the field as substantially complete.
also, it's
They,
ready.
yeah, they'll be able to play on Thursday, next week on Thursday. That is the goal, to be able to have the first game in the new field. I think Hannah's doing it, but it is substantially complete. They voted 6-1. The only person that voted against it was Minerva Peña, and she is because all about the safety, because it was substantially complete, meaning there's still things that need to be done, like moving stuff around, and they need to do all those things, but it's playable now. They just have to move some stuff, which they can hopefully do in a week, and everything will be fine. Or she voted
So,
no, but that's typical Minerva.
well, hey, maybe she wants it done. It's like, when I think of that, Roman, let's say you want to remodel your home, and they're like, hey, well, we're substantially done. Nah, fool, finish it. At least that's the way I would take it. Maybe that's her reservation. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, we want a completed product before we send our kids out there. That's understandable.
Well, I mean, I think it's just a technical thing in order to do it.
Mhm.
Again, I don't think when they were saying substantially complete, the way I took it was that the field was ready. They just have to remove things, like dirt and things like that, and they'll be able to have those little finishing touches to be able to remove it, and that's nothing that big a deal. And it's also so that they can literally start having. They don't have to have another board meeting in order to do this. It makes no sense to have another board meeting, as it were. Well, we're not talking politics. We'll do that Monday. We'll talk about BSD on Monday. yeah, let's move on. I shouldn't have brought it up. I apologize. We'll talk. We'll do
Uh,
Monday.
it's-
Well, Monday for sure is politics.
speaking about the Vaqueros, who hopefully will play in Brownsville, one game or a few games this season. They're off to a very impressive start to their season. The UT RGV Vaqueros have aced their non-conference slate. They have 4 wins and they're undefeated so far in program history. They have outscored their opponents, Roman, 234-34. Should we be impressed with our Vaqueros? Some people are saying, man, they're playing JV teams out there. Is this something for us to be like impressed with?
Yeah, I'm impressed. There's clearly talent on that team. There's clearly people that might be able to move up to another team next year with the NIL and move to a better school. But obviously, there's talent there. But they were playing, I believe, 2 of the 4 teams were Division II teams, if I'm not mistaken. I think the first one was Division II. They play I believe, in the same league that Texas A&I plays in. Or sorry, Texas A&M Kingsville plays. So you should be able to win those games. You should be able to win. But I'm not going to knock them. I'm not going to discourage them and say, oh, I'm being negative. Yeah, great job. I'm glad UTRGV did. I mean, they were selected or predicted or voted to be the last team in their conference in the Southland Conference by the media when they had their Southland Conference media days in July. Maybe they'll be able to prove everybody wrong. I hope they do good.
And I think this is very impressive because the only other football program that I have seen start from its inception is UTSA. I was present at their inaugural game at the Alamo Dome. I have friends that are avid runner fans. They travel with the team when they're able to, and that I can remember, UTSA didn't come off to such an impressive start right out the gate, Roman. Like 4-0, outscoring their opponents by 200 points. The quarterback that used to be a backup at UTSA, Malberger, who's a legend at Cherryland, he looks like a stud out there. Of course, there is a difference in talent from our division to the what is it, Conference USA, or I forget what conference UTSA is a part of, but we can't compare the talent, but it's just impressive. And going back to the talent of possibly us losing players to bigger schools because of NIL and because of their success at UTRGV, we here locally, if you have been paying attention, the school that has been competing, and I think even competing for state besides Brownsville Veterans, is PSJ North, and many of their players were walk-ons, and they made the team. So it's impressive, Roman, that in 4 games they're performing at this level. But mind you, someone said, Frankie, they've been practicing for the past year and a half. They've been wanting to hit someone else without an artist jersey. So, the chemistry has been there. They have done, they have put in the work, so to speak. And now to them, it's just showing out. So it's impressive. How are we going to compete deeper in the season? Are we going to manage to stay healthy? Have the coaches been doing a good job of rotating the players, Roman? To preserve them, to make sure that they're fresh when it counts the most. So it's great for the community, I think. Personally, I like seeing people, rallying others, encouraging others to go and tailgate. We had Ruben Obel, the UTRGV representative. He did have a meeting with the city and try to have, I'm not sure if he's doing it every Friday or every weekend, to motivate people to travel. So hopefully, Roman, whenever they do play in Brownsville, and is it guaranteed that they're going to play in Brownsville?
Yeah, not this year. Not this year, next year. Yeah, because of what happened with the turf not being ready. they were not able to have the game that they wanted. Frank Ortiz yesterday was claiming that, it would have been nice to be able to have had their first game. And
Yeah.
then Jessica Gonzalez was like, well, we had to move it back because we needed to have, because people wanted graduation. Like, never forget that, the people that are the people that should be upset about not having any high school games in Sam Stadium this month. The people that I heard, I thought I saw some chatter from some Lopez people upset that they were the first team and they didn't get to play at Sam Stadium this year. But you gotta blame those two kids from, I guess, from Lopez, who said they wanted graduation there. But hey, it is what it is. It happened. Big deal. Congratulations. Graduation's a big deal. I get it. But that's why we didn't get the first Vaqueros game, because the turf wasn't ready, and that's why we have not been seeing any Friday night lights at Sam Stadium, was because of graduation that were pushed back.
So the first game at on Coach Joe Rod Field was going to be this upcoming Thursday.
Yes, that's my understanding, based off what the board meeting last night. Hannah will be the first team.
Interesting. I personally would have loved for the Vaqueros to play. I wonder how many people, because there's no question, Edinburgh, McAllen, Far area, the Hidalgo County is flocking, and I don't want to say that they're sold out, but every time I see pictures of the fans at the the Vagart Stadium, used to be used to be the HEB Stadium.
Yeah.
I always see it packed. I always see it at full capacity, which is good. You need to. As long as you have the community involved, UTSA doesn't have trouble selling out their. They have trouble selling out, but usually at the start of the season, depending on how well they could pack 20, 30, 40,000 in the Animal Dome. So for us to have a solid Roman
8,000. I think
is it 12,000?
10 or 12,000. I think it's what it is.
I was gonna say 8,000.
Well, it's because you have the student section on the south side, and you have all the people that are doing the standing room only kind of stuff. So yeah, I think it fits about 10, 12,000 people. Maybe we can Google and find out.
Yeah.
Where's Toker, or we need him to do the Google AI.
El Toker. Yeah. So I understand logistics. It just, I guess, wasn't meant to be. But nonetheless, it would have been nice for the community to have to be part of something like that, because Brownsville, Cameron County, Hidalgo, I think we can make a powerhouse in regards to the fan base. That's a large 1.5 million people in our area if we combine the two counties. Fair to say.
Well, and also Star and Willacy.
There you go. Neighboring counties with Hidalgo. To have that solid, let's say 1 million strong, because not everybody's into college football, but let's say 500,000. Let's say 750,000 that are passionate fans that wear orange, that travel to the stadium. And Roman, you're saying that anywhere from 10 to 12,000 capacity here at this stadium?
Yeah, I think so. Let's Google. Let's find out. I don't want to be considered misinformation or anything like that. But yeah, I thought I saw that it was like 10, 12,000 people, but.
12,000
number. Yeah, you see. Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the stadium completely packed, because in that first game, there were a lot of missing empty seats because some of those tickets were just so expensive, people just couldn't pay for them. But if you want to buy tickets, you can easily buy it at on Fridays, like at 8:00 in the morning. You can buy it online, or I think in person over there. They open it up, and they're not that expensive. The seats are not that expensive because they want people to go. They want people to see these games in person. I mean, you're not going to pay $15 to go watch the Longhorn, but you can have the college experience here. And it is a much better stadium than the stadium they have over at A&M Kingsville. I mean, if I'm a student, choosing between going to UTRGV or going to A&M Kingsville, or even A&M Corpus Christi, or even Laredo, their university. I mean, I want to choose UTRGV. I mean, they are a large university. I mean, they're have a lot of. I think UT's enrollment this year in Austin is like 50 to 55,000. UTRGV is not that far behind. They think they're at 35, 38,000 students. I mean, they're not that. when you combine both UT, the Brownsville campus and UT RGV campus in Edinburgh, it's a large campus. And so I do wonder if UTRGV can become a powerhouse even in a Southland Conference, because I don't think the enrollment at those universities are anywhere near our enrollment. And I say our enrollment because we're in the Valley. Um, and also the amount of money that UTRGV gets, because
Mhm.
they have access to the Permanent University Fund, which is money that comes from oil money. Do any of the other schools in the Southland Conference have access to oil money? That comes from the state? I would venture to say no. So yeah, they have special. I mean, unless are there any A&M affiliates in the Southland Conference? I don't think there are.
I don't think so.
Yeah, so I mean, UTRGV has a really good good advantage, and this is and we got to thank people like Mac Brown. Coach Mac Brown was on the committee that helped set up the idea of having college football at UTRGV. This was, I think, right after he retired from coaching, 10 years ago, before he went, took a little break and then went over to go coach in North Carolina again. He was there, he believed, I guess, that football could be a viable option for it. And I think it's going to build UTRGV school spirit. You're not going to get the school spirit, at least in the Valley, from basketball or volleyball. You're going to get it from football. And I think it's exciting for everybody. I mean, I'm seeing a lot more people wearing Vaquero t-shirts, Vaquero logo, polos, hats. It's really cool. It's good to see.
Yeah, it really is. It's good to see the team, you know, have so much success so early. I thought it was going to take time, but they're making sure, I guess, that that they come out with a bang and they solidify themselves in this conference in their first year.
Mm.
The top 25, Ohio's number
Ooh.
one. Is there anything that stands out to you, Roman, in this in this rankings?
Yeah, I think I have no idea why Illinois is even in the top 25 at this point. They got their butts beat against Indiana by like what 100 points. There's no way. I mean, I don't see Illinois in there, but I do know that Illinois is still ranked in the top 25, and they have no business being ranked in the top 25. If you're telling me that the number 11 team, which is Indiana, now beat you by like 100 points, you have no you're basically an also ran. You have no business being in the top 25. So that kind of concerns me. Being the homer that I am, I don't know how you drop Texas from number 7, which they were, I think, last week, and now to number 10, considering they shut out Sam Houston State. They played the way they're supposed to be playing. And yeah, you might be a little concerned about Arts not playing well, but their defense is still impressive, and the UT defense is still playing vanilla defense. They're not playing anything spectacular. I'm excited for A&M. A&M being ranked in the top 10 is exciting. They have 2 really dynamite receivers. They got off the NIL transfer portal. It is that they're doing good. Reed is playing some good ball, but they only beat Notre Dame by 1 point, right? And was it 1 point? I don't remember what the score was anymore, but they did not, definitely within a score. Just got off the score by 1 score at least. They went into overtime, right? They went in overtime, and I don't remember anymore. It's been a lot of stuff happened. I just know that that last play, there was a clear hold. A&M should not have scored. I mean, they should have thrown a flag, and they didn't. And Notre Dame should have won. But I'm not that impressed by Notre Dame. I'm just not. I actually think Notre Dame's going to lose this weekend against Arkansas. I hope they do. I hope Arkansas manages to win, because Arkansas they're doing really, really good on their offense, but their defense sucks. They're 2 losses for Arky. So I'm hoping that Arky can find a way to win at home. They're playing at 11 o'clock in the morning tomorrow at home. Pig suey kind of stuff, and hopefully they beat Notre Dame. So we don't have to see Notre Dame in the playoffs, because I don't want to see them. You got any surprises in that in the top 25?
This weekend I'll be following number 7 Oklahoma. Their quarterback, Mateer, did need surgery on his throwing hand, so he will be out for the foreseeable future. That's a team that I also Georgia Tech. They are undefeated 4-0, convincing victories, last minute victory against Clemson this past week. I'm genuinely impressed by their performance thus far. We have
Oklahoma's off this week though. Oklahoma's on their bye week this week.
right.
So
Okay.
you're interested about their game against Kent State, and then the following week against Texas.
UT, right?
Oof.
How is the backup gonna perform on that stage?
Mhm.
The SEC game that I'm looking forward towards, but I'm not really looking forward towards the Alabama Georgia. It's the Auburn A&M game tomorrow at 2:30, where A&M is favored to win by a touchdown. What games will you be looking at this weekend, Roman?
Well, you got the Oregon Penn State game. That's gonna be at night. I'm expecting Oregon to beat the crap out of Penn State. I think they're doing a whiteout at Penn State. I'm hoping they do a whiteout. Those are fantastic. But I think Oregon just is going to demolish them because I'm not impressed by Penn State. I don't think their offense is all that bag of chips. I'm looking forward to that game, the Alabama game. There's I think Old Miss game. I don't know who Old Miss is playing. They're playing in the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken. Who are they playing? Are they playing LSU? I think Old Miss is playing LSU, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they are. They're down at the bottom. There you go. Tomorrow, 2:30 on ABC. That game's going to be very interesting. I mean, I think Mississippi's Old Miss's schedule is very weak. They win this game, I think they can make it to the college football playoff because they're not there. But LSU, if they win, they still have some tough games. So if LSU loses, I don't think LSU makes it anywhere. Because they have some tough games again ahead of schedule, and I think Ole Miss. So I don't know. And you got Lane Kiffin is playing games with his injury report. So I mean, there's some really, really great games, but I'm definitely gonna watch the Auburn A&M game. Definitely gonna watch that game and see what happens there. Because Auburn should have beaten Oklahoma, guys. Auburn should have beaten Oklahoma. Did you see that penalty that they didn't call in that game?
Yeah, I saw it.
I mean, it's ridiculous. How do you not call that penalty? I mean, he's wide open for a reason because he was playing games and nobody called a penalty on it. So really and truly, Auburn should have won that game. And then it would be really over for Oklahoma. I mean, as it is now, with Mateer being hurt, Brett Venables is going to save his job at least 1 year because he's going to be able to say, "Hey, man, we were in the top 10. I mean, our quarterback went down. Sure, yeah, we lost to Texas big, and then we lost probably the game after that, and the wheels went off the season. But come on, you can't fire him. And people are gonna be like, yeah, we can't fire him. Let's give him another year. And it's just he's just Charlie Strong wearing crimson. That's all he is.
The team that I don't want to say have been impressed with, but I guess I'll be keeping a closer eye on is the USC Trojans. Lincoln Riley, a coach who was considered for possible NFL gigs. Is he having a bounce back year? He was taken from what was it, Oklahoma?
Yes.
Where was Lincoln Riley was taken away?
Yeah,
from
he was in Oklahoma, middle of the night. Took all his staff with him, pretty much. It was crazy.
Yeah, they offered him the moon and the stars, thinking that USC was going to come back to prominence. For the past, what was it, 2 or 3 years? They haven't been doing well. So I am curious to see and how they end up in this season. Are we going to see USC, the Trojans, back in the college playoffs? And if we think about it, Roman, it's what, 16 this year?
What? No, it's 12. It's still 12.
It's still 12?
It's still 12.
So they have to crack the top 12. Again, I'm impressed with 10.
And really the top 11, if you think about it, because you got a power, group of 5 team that makes it as a 12 team. So really only top 11. Oh, it's scary.
Right.
No reason for that to be happening anymore. We got to end that, Frankie. What do we got to do to end it?
Hey, not sure. But that's a team that I'll be following. The USC Trojans. The Cowboys. This Sunday is going to be a jam-packed game. I love these games, Roman. At 8:30 on a Sunday, we're going to see the Minnesota Vikings face off against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I love these early games, Roman, because there's nothing like waking up bright and early on a Sunday and watching football. What's your take on this game overseas?
You're going to be playing. You're going to eat your barbacoa? Is that what you're going to do?
No,
tortilla.
usually on Sundays I like to barbecue right before 12. So
Oh,
I'll
you're
be
barbecuing already? Oh wow.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, because I like to watch the games and eat barbecue. That's I guess at the start of the season that's what I started doing.
Okay. Because I
From
would have
about
assumed. I mean, every Sunday morning, go to church. You go pick up, go to a taqueria, pick up some barbacoa, get some, awesome. Or do you do that on Saturday mornings?
I don't get barbacoa. I haven't gotten barbacoa in a while. When I would go, I would go to Veras. Veras to
Okay.
me has very good barbacoa. Um, but
Mm.
yeah, I'm trying to eat clean. But so usually I haven't had breakfast. I need to start
Mhm.
eating breakfast. But
Mhm.
barbacoa has been a while since I've
I'm curious.
eaten.
I'm curious if people are watching. What's your favorite barbacoa taqueria or stop to have? Mexican style barbacoa, and I'm not talking about barbecue, Texas style barbecue. I mean that's different. Two different things.
There's some
But
good
yeah.
tortilla. There's some good tortillerias on Southmost. What is it, Capistran? I think
Mm.
they have good barbacoa and good menudo. I personally
Yeah.
like Veras. I think they're even
I've never been to
recognized.
Veras ever in my life.
I think they're recognized like throughout the
They are.
state or something.
Yeah, I've
And they
never
have
been.
a. I'm not sure if they're the only ones that es de pozo. It's like in the hole, isn't it?
Mm,
I think they're like. I think that's what sets them apart from the other barbacoa places.
mm.
But that's where I get my barbacoa. So
Yeah,
and this game is usually like what 2-3 hours.
yeah.
So I guess once this game ends, I'll start lighting the pit
There
because I
you
want to
go.
be ready for 12.
Yeah, there you go. So Vikings. I mean, it'll be great. I'm surprised at the Vikings. I'm surprised at their record. I would have expected them to beat. Be better, and they're not. I mean, I thought they'd be 3-0. I think the Steelers are gonna win that game. I think Steelers. I know the Steelers are 2-1, but I believe in Aaron Rodgers. I really do. I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be great. Where are they playing? Are they playing in Germany? Where are
In
they playing?
Dublin,
Dublin. Okay, yeah. Well, if Aaron Rodgers is Rodgers like an Irish last name? I have no idea. I don't
I
know.
have no clue.
No clue.
I doubt it. It's more like an Anglo name.
Aaron probably
Uh,
is.
Minnesota is favored to win by 2.5. They are starting backup Carson Wentz while McCarthy rehabs from a high ankle sprain. Uh, I'll take the Vikings. I'll take the Vikings covering the spread. Carson Wentz is a journeyman who was once thought, I think it was a top 5 pick by the Philadelphia Eagles, once thought to be, the quarterback. I
Mm-hmm.
think him being a backup, learning, possibly he fell into the right, fit for backing up a young, inexperienced quarterback. Look what happened with Indianapolis and Daniel Jones. He went to the Colts against the unproven starting quarterback, and he ended up taking his spot. Carson Wentz, if he keeps on winning, Roman, and again, you have to make JJ um, uh, uh, Jefferson the Vikings receiver. As long as you make him happy, as long as you win games, there's no looking back for Carson Wentz. But, will he be able to have his, big test overseas against the Steelers? I like the Vikings in this game.
Yeah.
Commanders do travel to Atlanta. This is set to be a close game, a close score. Washington is favored to win -1. Jaden Daniels, the sophomore sensation quarterback, he is limited. Do you anticipate he'll play, Roman?
I don't think he'll play. I don't think he'll play because I mean that needs. I just don't think he'll play. And I just for people who don't know, what does covering the spread mean?
Covering the spread is it's a Vegas thing. So whenever you see the -2.5 on the first game, that means that Vegas, if you want to bet and win money, if you bet on the Vikings, Minnesota, you bet $10. You have to have the Vikings win by 3 points. If they win by 1 point, you lose. If they win by 2 points, you lose. If they win by 3 points, you win.
And
You
that's
could also
covering the spread
That's covering the spread. You could
if they win by
also
three.
Right. You could also bet on the Steelers +2.5, meaning that they have 2 points. So if they lose by 1, you still win. If they lose by 2, you still win. If they lose by 3, you lose. Same thing with the over/under 41. The 41, that means the point total. Do you think this game is going to be a high-scoring game, or is it going to be a defensive matchup? Over/under. The Washington game, the Commanders and the Falcons, Vegas is saying that Washington is going to win by 1. The over/under on this is 45. So that's again, there's so many ways to bet, so many ways to play. It's kind of crazy when you really think about it. But
Yeah.
I guess it's fun
Well,
for
I just
all.
want people to know. I mean, I already knew I'm gonna be like the girl last night who was asking questions. She's like, I already know the answer to the question. I'm just asking the question, and that's what I was doing with covered and spread. Obviously, I know what that means,
Big.
but yeah, I'm just doing. I'm just
So
doing it.
so
But no,
so who
but
do you
it's
have?
important for people to understand because there might be people watching that don't know.
Who do you have? Commanders or Falcons?
I think the Falcons are gonna win that game.
I'll
You know,
take I'll take the Commanders. I like Mariota,
mm,
backup quarterback, also a journeyman,
yeah,
former Heisman winner.
yeah.
I like him over Michael Penix, the sophomore quarterback for the Falcons.
Mm.
Um, the Saints travel to New York.
Oh,
Buffalo is favored to win big by 15 and a half. Is it fair to say that the Bills
the
will win
Bills.
this game?
Yeah, the Bills.
The Bills, no
The Bills.
discussion. Do you think it's going to be a blowout or a close game?
Nothing is really a blowout in the NFL, really. Everything's all close, even though it shouldn't be close. But I like the Bills. They're playing home. They're a phenomenal team. I predict them to go to the Super Bowl. So yeah, I expect them to beat the Saints. And the Saints are doing what the Cowboys should be doing is tanking. But then again, Arch is not going to be the number one quarterback. He's not coming out. So yeah, no, not the Bills.
Uh, the Cleveland Browns, off after an impressive victory at home against Green Bay, will travel to Detroit and face the Lions. The Lions are favored to win by 10. Who do you like in this game, Roman?
I really want the Lions to lose, but I expect the Lions to win.
You expect the Lions to win?
Yeah.
I'll have the Lions winning, but I have the Browns covering the spread. As long as they lose by 10, we're good. Panthers and the Patriots. New England is favored to win by 5.5. The Panthers did pull off an impressive victory against Atlanta. Do you think Bryce Young will be able to continue or have momentum traveling to New England, Roman?
I don't know. I scroll up a little bit. I don't think so. I'm gonna go with Vegas on this one. That's why I wanted to see where Vegas was at. Because to me, they're equal teams. There's nothing special about either one of them right now. And so I'm gonna go with what they're picking North New England. I Las Vegas knows more than I do on that one. I don't think he'll be. I don't think he'll be. It'll be the Patriots.
That's what I said last week. I'm rolling with momentum. Hopefully Bryce Young is able to catch a wave because these past 2 years have been dismal for
It,
his offense.
and Vegas thinks it's gonna be a high scoring game. Wow,
Yeah,
43. Wow.
yeah, it is going to be a high scoring game. I have Carolina with the upset.
Ooh,
The 3-0 Chargers, LA Chargers travel to the Meadowlands to face the winless Giants. The
go
Chargers are
Chargers.
favored to win by 7. Chargers.
Chargers, man. They're gonna be they're a great team right now, man. They're a great team. It's I mean, I think I picked them to win the division, right? Or pretty darn close to winning the division.
Yeah,
I thought I picked the Chargers to win the division. I think I'm wrong on that one. Ooh.
I picked the Broncos. A battle of undefeateds. Philadelphia travels to Tampa. Philly is favored to win by 3.5. Mike Evans is out for the foreseeable future, 2 to 3 weeks. Who do you have winning and why, Roman?
The Eagles, just because of that hamstring injury. I would like to see Buccaneers win that game, but I just don't think that the Buccaneers can win without Mike Evans. You need him. That tall, lanky receiver. That guy's is a gift. So no, it's unfortunate. It's gonna be the Eagles.
I'm a big fan of Baker Mayfield. I really am.
Mm.
He reminds me of a Brett Favre, a gunslinger who is willing to dive, get some extra yards for the first down. He has what it takes. I do like the rookie receiver Egbuka for Tampa.
Mm.
I have the Buccaneers winning this game at home. Again, it is a loss to not to have Mike Evans out on the field, a big target, especially in the red zone. But I have Baker pulling off an upset at home against the Eagles.
Oh,
Another game of winless teams. The Titans travel to Houston. Will the Texans finally get their first win, Roman?
I mean, they are favored. I'm utterly dismayed and shocked at the Texans. I mean, I'm not a Texans fan. I mean, I think we both predicted the Texans were going to win the division. They're at the same level of the freaking Titans, who are playing a quarterback who was playing college ball last year. Why are the Texans playing so badly? Is it because their coach sucks? Is their coach going to be fired? I mean, CJ Stroud, this is his third year, right? And he's playing worse than he did last year. But I'm going to go with the Texans.
Again, I for clarifications, I had the Jaguars, and we can go
Oh,
back
you
to
had
the
the
tape.
Jaguars. Okay, okay.
I had the Jaguars in the AFC South.
Mm.
I think this is going to be a low scoring game. I'll take the Titans with the upset. I haven't been impressed with the Vikings. I think people gave too much credit to DeMarco Ryan, thinking that he was going to be this defensive guru. You know, do they have more tape on him? Have they been able to solve his defense? It seems like it.
Yeah.
But I'll take the upset. I have the Titans beating the Texans in this game.
Mm-hmm.
A great matchup. The undefeated Indianapolis Colts do travel to LA, and the Rams are favored to win by 3.5. Who do you have in this game?
Colts.
Colts undefeated, rolling with the Colts.
Yeah,
Nice.
why not? I mean, I haven't picked them yet. I don't think so. Go Colts.
Yeah, I have the Rams. They kept it close against the Eagles last week. They lost on a shocker, on a blocked field goal to win the game, and the defensive lineman ended up returning it for a touchdown and covering the spread. Vegas always wins. I have LA in this game. I am impressed with Daniel Jones. I am impressed with the Colts so far. They should have lost that Denver Broncos game at home, but the defensive Broncos defensive player, I guess, pushed off on the center to block the field goal.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Colts. I like the direction they're going. I'm a big believer in Daniel Jones. I have him as my starting fantasy quarterback, but I like Matthew Stafford at home with Adams and Puka Nakua.
Yeah, super high scoring game at 49. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. I'd go with the under on that one if I were betting. I don't think they're going to be scoring 50 points together. Just can't. This next game, I don't know. Vegas knows something. Introduce the game if you want to. Vegas knows something on that game.
Well, the Jaguars haven't been. Again, we're 4 years into Trevor Lawrence, Heisman win with the Clemson Tigers. Many people haven't seen what they've expected out of Trevor Lawrence. I'm not sure if Brock Purdy is going to start this game. Mac Jones has been starting for him. I think he's got a shoulder injury. Vegas does have San Francisco to win this game by 3.5. I personally, Roman, I'll take the Jaguars. They did lose Bosa, the defensive end, he re-injured his ACL from on the same leg that he previously injured. I think it was in 2020 or 2021, his rookie or sophomore season. So he's out, which is, he's a big clog on the D-line. Do you like the 49ers at home?
No, I like the Jaguars because, I mean, you got, how many injured people for the 49ers this early on in the season? That's why I'm like, does Vegas know something we don't know, that they're picking the 49ers because they're missing, 3 good players, the Niners, and he still got them ahead of the Jaguars. I'm going to go with the Jaguars on that one. That's why I just go with the Jaguars because but what does Vegas know?
Vegas always knows something. Lamar Jackson travels to Kansas City. Baltimore is favored to win by 3.5. Are you surprised by the sluggish start of both teams, Roman?
Yeah. No. Well, the Ravens, yes. The Chiefs, not so much. The Ravens, for sure. I'm really surprised by that. It's a game of, can they continue their season? Because if the Ravens lose this game, their season might be over because they'll be 1-3. Same thing for the Chiefs. I mean, especially the Chiefs, because right now their division rival, the Chargers, are undefeated and they're looking into going 4-0. I mean, can you afford to be 3 games back this early on in the season with only 3 quarters of the season left? I don't know. I'm gonna go with the Ravens on this one. because it's not cold in Chiefs land yet.
I'll take Kansas City. I am surprised by their sluggish start. There was an article that I came across where maybe it's time for the Ravens to move on from Harbaugh. He did win them the Super Bowl against the 49ers, did bring him back to prominence, but he has a perennial superstar in Lamar Jackson. Who do you give up, a coach or a star player? I think it's easier to give up a coach. You won't find the talent, such as Lamar out there. It's a gem. He's a gem. He's very rare. So I have the Chiefs winning this game. I think the Ravens they have a great defense. I don't think they're going to be as good as we all thought they were. They've shown promises. The who can forget, the game against the Buffalo Bills where they lost in dramatic fashion in the last quarter of the game where they were up by 2 scores. It's not a good look. If they continue to struggle, many people are going to be questioning, should Harbaugh be on the hot seat? Is he replaceable? Or should they go in a different direction? I have the Chiefs on this game. Chicago Bears did unfortunately get their first victory against the Dallas Cowboys last week. They do travel to Las Vegas. Vegas is favored to win. Who do you like, Roman, and why?
I thought the Bears were going to be better than they've been playing. Maybe they've turned the corner. I mean, they played phenomenal against the Cowboys. But then again, the Cowboys have no freaking pass rush at all. Do the Raiders have a pass rush? No. I think the Bears keep the momentum after beating the hapless, crappy-ass Cowboys. The Bears.
I like the Bears too. No. I like the Raiders. I apologize. I like the Raiders. Geno Smith. I hope he bounces back. The Bears, they got lucky against the Cowboys. They got lucky. So I have the Raiders winning this game. Sunday Night Football. Sunday Night Football. The week 4, the week that we've all been waiting. Micah Parsons does return to Jerry World. Packers are favored to win big by 7. Who do you like and why, Roman?
The Packers, because they do really, really well in Jerry's World versus the Cowboys. And I just think the Cowboys suck. I mean, they just absolutely suck. They have no pass rush. They're not going to have CeeDee Lamb because he hurt himself. Is it possible that the reason the Cowboys lost against the Bears because CeeDee Lamb was hurt? Was he the difference? Or is it the fact that their defense sucks? I mean, you would have thought last week that the Cowboys defensive coordinator would pull out rabbit out of his butt, considering that he was a freaking head coach for the Bears and got fired. Now we know why the Bears fired him, right? Oh, yeah, it's freaking Packers. Sorry, I'm very frustrated, very mad. I hate the fact that the Packers are going to win this game. And it's all going to be about Micah Parsons. People are upset because there's not going to be a special tribute to Micah Parsons. Why? Why do a special tribute to the guy? Last time we saw him, he was laying on a table to sleep. So maybe if they want to do a picture for him, maybe they could put that picture up and say, show this guy. Let's give him his flowers by showing him being asleep and being throwing stuff and being with a towel over his head because he's an idiot. But yeah, unfortunately, it'll be the Packers. I'm done.
How about them Cowboys? I have them with the upset. I am a big fan of Dak Prescott. I know many people have questioned his durability. Again, when he's healthy, he's a top 10 quarterback. He's mobile. He, for the most part, puts us in positions to win. We expect him because he is the quarterback of America's team, to be in the NFC Championship, to be in the Super Bowls, to keep us playing late in January and in February. I like the Cowboys.
But who is he going to throw the ball to, man? Who is it going to go to? You got George Pickens, and that's it. Is he going to throw it to Jake Ferguson? That's what you're expecting, to throw it to the tight end? Give it to the running back? What is he going to do?
We have Turpin. We have Tolbert. Ferguson needs to step up. I do like Williams. Williams, the former Chicago Bears running back, has turned into a solid running back with Sanders as a 1-2 punch.
Yeah,
I like the.
Sanders who can't hold on to the ball, it cost us the game in the first game against the Eagles by fumbling at the goal line.
We'll
Screw
fix it.
Sanders.
We'll fix it. We'll fix it. Look, there is no question. Without CD Lamb, it does put us at a disadvantage because he always has two, possibly three defenders always shadowing, at least pinpointing him out on the field. That's going to change, of course. The Packers have had our number um, for the past several years in the playoffs. Look at their performance against the Cleveland Browns. They only managed to score 10 points against them. Now, we can make the argument that the Cleveland Browns do have a better defense than the Cowboys right now. I think our front seven is decent. What kills us is our secondary.
No,
But
what kills is that they get no pressure. I mean, you give Caleb Williams all that freaking pocket to sit out there and throw the ball wherever he wants to throw it. They have not. I've yet to see any pressure on any player. I mean, even Jalen Hurts. I mean, maybe to a certain extent they gave him some pressure, but even then, nothing. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen anything from these teams. Just have it.
I like the Cowboys. I like the Cowboys winning this game, putting up the upset, winning in Jerry World, and Jerry throws the middle finger to Micah, like, aha, got you. Um, 2 Monday night games, Roman. 2 Monday night games. I love this concept. Last week we had 2 games. Who was it? It was the Chargers and the Raiders at night, and it was Tampa
And
Houston at 6:30. I love this. I love this. Well, we're gonna have one playing on ESPN and on ABC. The early game is the battle of the winless. The Jets travel to Miami. Who do you like, Roman? Miami is favored to win by 2.5. Who do you like in this game and why?
I like the Jets because I think Russell Williams is a better quarterback than Tua, and I'm gonna go with the Jets, even though they're gonna be playing in that swampy ass Miami City, and I say swampy even though there's not is there a swamp in Miami? I think it is. Yeah, it's swampy. Its humidity is horrible. I still think the Jets can win this game.
I like Tua. I see him bouncing back. Again, the Dolphins desperately need Tua to get into a rhythm. I personally like him when healthy. I favor him over Justin Fields. Justin Fields in his
can I say
first
Russell
game.
Williams? I'm so sorry. I meant
I don't.
Justin Fields. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Justin Fields. He did show at the season opener what he's capable of. He is coming back from a concussion, Roman. Maybe they might sit him out if he doesn't feel well. So I have the Dolphins winning this game. I like Tua in this game. I have Tua throwing for 300 yards and with a pair of touchdowns in this game. The late game, we have the Bengals traveling to Denver. Denver is favored to win big by 7.5. Who do you like in this game, Roman?
Broncos, just because Burrows is out, isn't he? Burrows is out.
Yes.
Broncos. That defense is going to slaughter and smother the Bengals.
I have the Broncos winning as well. I have the Bengals keeping it close though. Again, whenever I see 7.5, and then what was the Saints? The Saints I think was like minus 15.5 or something.
Yeah, I think it was 15. Yeah, -15.
Which is crazy. 15.5. 15.5 is crazy. So if you give an NFL team 7.5 points, man, it's hard to root against them. So again, I think the Broncos will win this game, but I think it'll be closer. So I would bet on the Bengals. Roman, any last words?
The Ryder Cup, man. Remember I told you they were winning one. I mean, the USA team was winning one. Guess what? They're tied now with that one. They lost the other 3.
Mm-hmm.
And they're at the 15. It's horrible, man. I want to cheer so bad for USA. I love the Ryder Cup, but I don't want to lose those crappy Europeans. But that's what I'll be watching. I'll be watching that today and be crying pretty much, watching the U.S. team suffer. And quite frankly, I got to say this. I'm a little upset that the captain, who's 39 years old, has no business being the captain. He should be playing. I have no idea why the PGA Tour decided we're going to put a 39-year-old who's in his not really prime, but late prime, and have him be the captain of the Ryder Cup. Stupid. Yeah, that's it.
Again, something to watch. Something to watch the Ryder Cup. I'm going to try my best to make sure that I pick up some clubs. I do want to get into golf. I've always have. It's just a matter of me doing it. But we'll see how that goes. I am going to be frequenting pawn shops in the near future. That way, I can obtain my obtain my set of clubs, and maybe we can go out on the to the range, Roman,
Yeah, it'd be great.
one of these days.
That'd be
In
cool.
regards to, the I'm looking forward to football literally all day from 8:30 in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. That's what I would be. That's what I'm going to be watching for this weekend. Also, college. There is no fights. I don't think. Right. The next UFC fight. I don't think there is a UFC fight.
There is
So
NXT if you followed that.
yeah, NXT is good. I don't mind.
There's gonna be a woman cage match. Street fight cage match. It's gonna be crazy. Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace.
A
And you know who Blake
female?
Monroe? Yeah, yeah. And Blake Monroe is Mariah May. She used to play in AEW or fight in AEW.
Oh
I
damn,
like
that
Blake
isn't.
Monroe.
Yeah, that doesn't sound appeasing. A woman, would you say no cage match?
It's a
Or would you
cage
say
match with weapons.
what?
Yeah, I know.
Is that even legal?
Well, it is now apparently. Yeah.
I think we're getting so I don't mean to sound weird, but so barbaric. Maybe it's like the times of the Colosseum, right? Where they would literally just kill them in
Well,
front
I
and
mean, Blake Monroe when she was Mariah May, well, I think her real name is Mariah May, but she fought as Mariah May at AEW. She had a bloody fight against Tony Storm, I guess, in London and Wembley, and so it's not surprising that Blake Monroe, aka Mariah May, is willing to do something like that, and she's a good fighter. She's a good heel, very attractive. The men really like her. And if you go to Jordan Grace is a bodybuilder. I mean, just stout, a lot of muscle. So bronze versus beauty, I guess. Yeah. I hope Blake
bro.
Monroe wins though, because I like Blake Monroe. I'm at some point she's gonna be moved up to the main roster, and I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's
Uh
the only fight I'm gonna watch. I think on No Mercy because I want to follow Blake Monroe.
yeah, they are asking Roman, they are asking for me to for us to focus on the college football, the high school football coaches.
Ooh,
They want us to
tell me.
they want us to follow the records and say, hey, who's up. So
Oh, that'd be interesting.
yeah, so I
Well,
guess
I
I guess
mean,
for next week.
yeah, we'll see. I mean, Porter's coach, they lost last night. I think they have one win again. I don't know. It's not a new coach, is it? Or the same coach they've had? I don't even know.
I'm not sure.
No. Let's see. I guess we'll look at that.
Yeah, we'll
Maybe
look
your
at that.
people. Yeah, let's know.
Yeah, we'll look at that. Roman, last words.
No, that's it. Ryder Cup, watch a little bit today, and if the USA is suffering horribly, then just watch college football and drown your sorrows with that. And then NFL, and then cry. We're gonna cry. No pitada Sunday night.
No pitada Sunday night. Yes, we will have a pitada. The Cowboys are going to win, baby. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel titled Frankie Olivo TV. Good Morning Brownsville will come on Monday to Friday at 9 a.m., sometimes a little bit after, religiously. My name is Frankie. This is Roman. This is Good Morning Brownsville. Peace.